Hey guys, Lunar Spine 27 here, bringing you Fairy Tale Chapter 300 and...
Lunar, wait, hang on.
Narrator-san, I'm trying to do the Fairy Tale Chapter review. What's going on?
The Toriko chapter came out a bit late last night. You weren't there to review it since you were sleeping, so I'm just letting you know that it came out.
Oh, well then I have to put it on hold. Oh, thanks for telling me, Narrator-san.
No problem. But before I forget, this week's chapter was a bit sad.
Oh, well, thanks for the warning. Alright, now let's read this chapter. Oh my god. I didn't think he would die like that. I thought he would be eaten till there's nothing left. Oh my god, the feels. The feels. I haven't felt this so emotionally sad in a Toriko chapter. Rest in peace, Ichiryuu. You minority world controlling, chopstick wielding badass. Go to the intro.
Nothing is the same way anyway. Nothing is the same way. Tell me we're all gonna be okay. Would you be there if they took this city away?
Hey guys, Lunar Spawn 27 here, bringing you Toriko chapter 254, A Sad End. And no, I didn't really cry when I read this chapter, but it did make me feel incredibly sad. And to be honest, if you think about it, this is the first character from the good side to have died, if you think about it. Well, minus Froze and a couple of unknown Bishokia members. Anyway, this is the conclusion of the flashbacks, and of course the aftermath of what happened. The chapter begins when we see Ichiryuu still getting eaten by that hungry space, while Midora was saying that his heart was crumbled, and the only way they could ease that pain in his chest was to eat, which is actually why he was always being a glutton, not only because he was being a slave to his appetite, but only because he wanted to satisfy the pain within his heart, and he thought the only way to do that was to keep on eating and to satisfy that appetite of his. However, he was going at it the wrong way since Midora forgot the mission, according to Ichiryuu. Ichiryuu said that it was their objective to succeed Akasia's will and Froze's heart, but since Froze is dead, even though if you think about it, she would have been okay if Midora didn't go off to get the cure water and she wouldn't have to sacrifice what's left of her energy to heal him, but still, you can't help but feel bad for Midora. Hell, he doesn't even deny the fact that he is a slave to his own appetite. And as for Ichiryuu, he's still regretting not finishing him off over 500 years ago. Yeah, this is the problem I had with the flashback. We've seen how the fight started and what happened after the fight. We didn't actually see the fight itself, which I really wanted to see that, but no, we didn't. And that was actually one of my gripes about the flashback. And also, this isn't the first time I've seen a character, an elder character, who fights against the future main antagonist and doesn't finish him off, and it later bites them in the ass in the end. And this is the same situation that's happening right now, like when Yamamoto couldn't finish off Yobak. But this situation is different and kind of understandable because Ichiryuu and Midora were raised together as a family. Now, back in the present flashback, we get to see Midora's intimidation, which I always thought it would be a tiger since his name means tiger, but it turns out to be this demonic dragon thing, which looks pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. Now, I don't usually discuss title pages in Toriko, but this one I gotta say something about it because we get to see the 4 heavenly kings in their younger years and Ichiryuu, with the caption saying inherited will and trusted hope. Well, in case you guys didn't know what's going to happen in this week's chapter, now you know. So anyway, the fight continues with Ichiryuu activating Minority World, where his molecules that were trying to heal his wounds have now become the majority with his greatest strength. He's all healed up, his shirt's ripped, but no chunks of flesh missing from his body. But even with Minority World activated, Midora was apparently able to suppress the minorities inside his body, and he was still able to use the hungry tongue, because all of a sudden, a chunk of his torso was missing, bigger than when he was being eaten by hungry space. In fact, more pieces of chunks were missing all over his body, arms, torso, and even on the side of his head. I am not kidding. Although it begs the question, how the hell did Midora suppress the minorities even with Minority World activated? Ichiryuu decides to unleash one of his new techniques, Banzen Oshokubashi, which kinda looks familiar.
Kamehameha!
Is it just me? It's probably just me. Anyway, he unleashes more Oshogubashis at Midora, and Midora gets hit by every single one of them. But as the smoke clears, he is still alive. Actually, that's not much of a surprise, really. He wanted to get hit by the attacks because he wanted to see Ichiryuu's full strength, and from what has been shown, he's incredibly disappointed by it. Then all of a sudden, Midora disappears, and it was because of his mirror neurons, aka mimicry cells. Now we get a narration text that these mimicry cells are nerve cells located in the brain. It is said that it is because of these mirror neurons that people are able to do things such as imitate others' actions in order to learn skills and empathize with others. Now, Midora was very talented in mimicry, and it was because of his mirror neurons that he was able to act like a chameleon and blend his surroundings. He was using camouflage. But before Ichiryuu can do anything, Oh my god! Yeah. His entire chest and stomach are completely gone. Flesh and internal organs and all. And the hole is the size of a freaking basketball. No, maybe a dinner plate. No, probably bigger than that. Jesus. And yeah, because of that, Ichiryuu's down, and Midora reveals himself from his surroundings. And then he was crying. I guess after everything that happened, Midora still considers Ichiryuu as his older brother. Then we actually get a flashback to what happened over 500 years ago. Before Ichiryuu could finish him off, Midora was also crying when he lost, but it was because of his empty stomach. It's because no matter how much he eats, he's always hungry. And it was because of seeing Midora like this that Ichiryuu didn't kill him off. But the reason why he was always eating wasn't just because of the hunger. It was because he was searching for a family's love. And he did have that, but with Froze gone, that hole came back in his heart, and he became the way he was now. Midora said that he was going to unleash Meteor Spice on the human world, but before he can do that, he is going to finish off Ichiryuu himself. But in his final words, Ichiryuu said that he wanted to go with him and Jiro on a hunt one more time and sit around a dining table with everyone. And with tears in his eyes, Midora yells out a farewell to his big brother and punches him right through the stomach. Well, he punches him, but I don't know exactly where. He's got a big ass hole in his stomach, but apparently he punches him so hard the ground cracks, and that's it. Ichiryuu is dead now. This was a very sad chapter, really. Then I think we get a flashback or something. I'm not sure, but we get to see a young Midora crying. But we get to see Froze, who leads him towards Jiro, Ichiryuu, and Acacia, and saying that when you're hurt by someone and your heart feels crumbled, we'll always be here to iron it out. So don't forget, okay? Never forget that you have a family in your life. I guess even after Chiryu's supposed death, yeah, I think he's dead right now. He still feels sad over what happened, over Froze and now Ichiryu. That his intimidation or his gourmet cells have been activated. He unleashes the Meteor Spice on the human world, and that is where the chapter ends. So yeah, that is Toriko chapter 254. What did I think? This was a very emotional chapter, and I gotta give kudos to Shimabukuro for giving us this. I want to hate Midora so bad at this moment, but part of me feels sorry for him. From the flashback to Midora's backstory, you can understand why he is the way he is now, and you can kind of sympathize with him. But you know that he is going at this the wrong way. And I'm not sure if Midora can be redeemed. I highly doubt it. The overall flashback was done really well. We see Midora's backstory, we get to see what led to Ichiryu's downfall, and the Meteor Spice raining down in the human world. Flashback looks like it's coming to a close. We probably either gonna see the aftermath of the Meteor Spice, or we'll get to see the others fighting against the Bishokukai members. But I highly doubt it because I know a lot of people want to know what the hell's going on in the present, so most likely the human world. Some of the important main minor characters will definitely survive this. Not sure who is not going to survive. That is still up for debate, or how they're going to survive at the moment. But I guess maybe during the recovery, they'll learn of what happened to Ichiryu, Toriko, and the others, and they'll obviously going to react very badly toward this. They're going to react like either sad, they're going to be incredibly pissed off. All I know is that I'm looking forward to seeing their reactions when they hear about what happened to Ichiryuu. Plus, this might inspire them to train even harder, to become even stronger. Well, that and rescuing Komatsu from the Bishokukai. Then there's actually another thing you gotta realize. According to Ichiryuu, he said that Midora wasn't fighting seriously up until that point. What? He wasn't fighting seriously this whole time and he managed to beat Ichiryuu? Oh my god, imagine if he was fighting seriously. Just how strong is Midora? Well, all I know is that if Toriko does fight him, it's gonna be a freaking epic final boss battle. That is, if he recovers from, that fight against Starjune. Maybe he will fight along with Coco, Sunny, and Zebra. Overall, this chapter was an end to the flashback. It was a really good flashback, and this was quite an emotional chapter. And, of course, Ichiryuu is dead. May you rest in peace, IGO President. You know what? If I were to rank this death in terms of emotion, it's greater than Yamamoto's death. So yeah, that's Toriko chapter 254. I'm gonna respond 27, and I will see you guys later. Bye. Rest in peace, Ichiryuu. You will be missed.